I already got a look at the card, and
Okay,
yeah, there's like a lot. Like there's
let's get
like,
this going. Hello,
yep.
folks. Welcome to the Real Sports Podcast version, that branch B with myself, Mets2128. And because of the fact my normal partner, Gabe Has Sports, is dealing with family commitments plus wisdom teeth removal surgery recovery, I decided to reach outside of the Entertainer Discord to get someone to help me out tonight. And I've chosen a longtime old friend of mine, former member of the FAF, Destiny Decade, aka Destiny ZX, aka MegamanNG, aka Jose Vega.
You didn't have to do all the AKAs. One's enough. A pleasure. Pleasure to be in this event. This should be fun, to say the least.
That shall. We've got 10 matches on the card. In about a few hours, we'll be coming live from the Osaka-jo Hall in Osaka, Japan.
Wow, Osaka, Japan, and I always wanted to visit it.
Let me
Such
guess.
a beautiful place.
For the Universal Studios area.
That, and I want to, that, and I want to see Japan for myself because I always see it in terms of history and all that, but never up close and personal.
Same here, but we both need to get our passports signed, sealed, and committed.
I hear you on that, 100%.
Anyway, let's run down the card going from top to bottom. Opening matchup is a six-man tag. Hiroyoshi Tenzan teams with IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Team 6 or 9, consisting of Ryusuke Taguchi and Master Wato. They take on the United Empire trio of Aaron Henare, Francesco, Akira, and TJP.
Wow. That's a lot of talent for a six-man tag match. That's insane.
I'm going to be blunt about something. I'm hoping the United Empire wins. Why? Because I'm sick of Taguchi's stupid little antics. You know what his antics are?
Yeah, what is it?
Most of his offense relies around using his ass as a weapon. And in recent cases, it's pulling his pants down, either showing red underwear, green underwear, or his bare ass. In one case, it was a fucking thong.
Dude, what?
I'm not kidding you on this.
Dude, I'm laughing at this because who the hell would do something like this? That's
Look,
the
I get in Japan, it's whimsical humor. And you know full well, when we were in the FAF together, I was probably one of the most politically incorrect individuals in the group.
Wow, that says a lot.
But even I have limits to how far I can push political incorrectness. I mean, sure, in Japan, that's a symbol of humor. We're on level with, say, the Monken Pace in Belgium. You know, that statue of the little boy answering the call of nature.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
But here, that's not going to fly. People will tell him to pull his damn pants up.
Yeah, show some civility, for goodness sake, Taguchi.
I mean, even during the Best of Super Juniors, he said he would not do any of that. And what happened every damn match?
He still does it, acting like a jackass.
Exactly. And this is basically setting up for a match where he and Wato will have to defend the tag titles next week against TJP and Akira in Korakuen Hall. And personally, give me the win to the United Empire.
That would
give TJP and the Italian Fireball the tag titles so we can finally end this stupid little gimmick.
Exactly. I feel like gimmick is just rather ran its course. It needs to stop at some point or else it's going to get really freaking stale.
In my opinion, it already has gotten stale. But with the fans basically still masked up in Japan, they can't express that.
Yeah, I, for one, don't like that because without that, you can't even tell if they're happy or not. It's just... Ugh, I'm just not going to take any stand on it.
Lift that restriction on a case-by-case basis, but still, that just basically says they're going to keep it going until finally certain things about the bug are exposed.
Good God.
Well, let's not get into that.
Yes, let's not.
Next matchup is another six-man tag that's basically a precursor to next week when the IWGP Junior Singles title is on the line. Los Ingobernables de Japón, represented by Hiromu Takahashi, 3 years running the Best of Super Juniors winner. BUSHI and Tetsuya Naito, the leader of LIJ, teaming up to take on Bullet Club Juniors. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Taiji Ishimori, El Phantasmo, and their newest recruit, Impact X Division Champion Ace Austin.
That's an interesting card right there.
Ace, having joined recently in the final night of the Best of Super Juniors tour, where he distracted the United Empire. You remember Aaron Henare in a 6-man tag, threw up the 2 sweep, which led to Henare getting hit with a super kick from Phantasmo and hit with the CR2. Think of Styles Clash, except you have your opponent's cross-armed behind his back, and then you drop him.
Yep.
And then he pulled out custom Bullet Club cards out of his sleeve. I know you don't watch a lot of Impact.
I know I don't. I don't even have the channel that has that.
It's Access TV. But if you get a subscription on their if you get a membership on their YouTube page, you can watch the show.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll make a note of that.
Anyway, I really think this would be interesting. I mean, because throwing in Ace, you add that element of athleticism, the parkour element, as well as how technically sound he is to Bullet Club. Hiromu, on the other hand, is basically a lunatic for LIJ. He'll throw caution in the wind with his body, and it's gotten him injured, and on 2 occasions he's been stripped of the IWGP Junior title.
Yep, I've heard of that. You provided me the link just now.
Anyway, I'm going to say this to build momentum. I'm going to give the win to the LIJ squad. What about you?
I give it the same way.
Okay, next up is a one-on-one match.
Now we get the good stuff.
Bullet Club against Toru Yano. Now, like Taguchi, Yano's a comedy wrestler. The difference is he's more of a cheeky cheat comedy wrestler. He'll rip the turnbuckle pads off, pull the referee in, then kick you in the balls and roll you up, low blow you, handcuffs, athletic tape. Basically, he's all about getting a quick win any way he can, but it's more for humor. It's still funny. And, Judge almost got another one out. I'm watching the Cubs-Yankees game. Meanwhile, we're doing this.
Go figure. And I'm wondering if the Rangers are going to win Game 6 so they can make it a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup.
So am I, but I can't get that game given my TV setup.
Yep, go fig.
Anyway, we all know how much of a short fuse Gallows can have if provoked, and I think Yano's poking the bear.
Yeah, because if you poke the bear too much, you better be ready to bite the hand that feeds. And it's going to hurt badly.
But then again, Yano does have one nickname that could help him out. He is known by one moniker. You know what it is?
Which is it?
He's called the Sublime Master Thief because of how sneaky he can be and yet get a laugh and somehow pull off the wins.
Sneaky. I like that.
He's also New Japan's biggest polymath. He has his own YouTube channel. He's a tourism ambassador, cookbook author.
That's insane.
DVD producer. T-shirt maker.
No, seriously, that's insane. Having a repertoire like that's a definite win in my opinion.
And he also has his own curry brand.
Oh my God, I wish I could try curry because, man, it would make my mouth water.
I've had it a couple of times, but it's mostly Indian curry. I've never had Japanese curry.
I always want to try out curry no matter what the kind because it just gives me a good reason to see and learn about cuisine.
I know of an anime that's popped up on YouTube the past year and a half you could watch.
Like Food Wars?
No, it's actually much older. It's called Oishinbo, the Gourmet.
Ooh, that should pique my interest.
If you're into 2 journalists trying to find different foods to put together for the ultimate menu of their for the publication's 100th anniversary.
Oh, now that would be interesting to watch.
It has its own YouTube channel.
Oh, I'll make sure I check it out when I can after this because that would really pique my interest.
Okay. Anyway, my pick to win, I'm going to go Gallows, more or less just in case Yano can't outfox him. What about you?
I put it on Yano because you know how people like Yano are. Sometimes they have to strike while the iron's hot to make sure they get the win. And being that he's a sneak, he'll do whatever possible to do it, even if it means he has to be underhanded.
True. And at least, unlike Taguchi, Yano actually gets a damn laugh out of me.
Yep.
Next up, the never openweight 6-man tag team titles on the line. It's
Wait,
Suzuki.
wait. There's something in the ass. Never open weight. I am just as clueless as once because I know that the fact that it's never open weight, but there's like 6-man tag team. There's like tag team champions consisting of 3s. Because I always remember having them be pairs of 2s.
There are promotions that have 6-man titles. I mean, this is mostly prominent if you go to promotions like in AAA or CMLL down in Mexico.
That's insane. That's cool.
Other than New Japan, the only other promotion I know that uses 6-man titles is the Dragon Gate promotion.
Wow.
Open the Triangle Gate titles. Anyway, representing Suzukigun, it'll be Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, and Zack Sabre Jr. taking on the defending champions, representing Bullet Club as part of their sub-branch, the House of Torture, Evil, Sho, and Yujiro Takahashi.
Whoa. That's a big card.
This is my bathroom match, if you ask me. And go ahead and ask me why.
Okay, I need a quick question. Why? Because you have all this talent. It's like even with Zack Sabre Jr., who's a talented athlete.
Or do one damn thing that burns my balls off. They're constantly playing dirty. I get it's part of a heel's mechanic. But that being said, the fact that they're basically ripping turnbuckle pads off, hitting people in the face with a wrench, a Dick Togo with a Garrett to strangle the opponents when the ref's down.
Oh, sweet Jesus. That's like more like a piss break, if you ask me.
That's why I call this a bathroom match.
Piss break's a much better term because, yeah, if it's going to bore the hell out of you being too predictable, you may as well just call it that.
My only hope is even if Suzukigun brings Taka as backup to try to counteract Dick Togo, someone is able to keep him at bay long enough to where the Suzukigun trio can get the W. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'd play it safe and give it to the House of Torture, but I am sick of their shenanigans shit.
I don't blame you if you're sick of it.
But again, playing it safe, I'll take House of Torture, though I wouldn't be too surprised if somehow Suzukigun manages to outfox them. What about you?
I'd be probably the same way. Because if it's going to just be... Because if it's just going to be yet another match where it's just basically the same old shit over and over with them breaking the rules and whatnot, I'm the same way.
I mean, I find this real disappointing for guys like Evil and Sho. I mean, Yujiro, I would expect this. He's kind of a parasite.
Mm-hmm.
But that's these two were genuinely good. But Evil and Sho, genuinely good wrestlers, and they threw it all away once they cast their dice for Bullet Club.
Wow.
This pile of shit.
Just wow. Jesus.
Next up, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles. The United Empire, represented by Great-O-Khan and Jeff Cobb, try to get back the titles they never legitimately lost from Bullet Club, consisting of Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens. Reasons these two are getting the title shot during the triple threat tag title match at Wrestling Dontaku last month, Cobb and O'Khan were not pinned to lose the titles. And
that's unexpected.
And here's what I like about the United Empire over Bullet Club. Sure, the United Empire, they are heels. But the difference is they're more like the Nick Bockwinkel kind of heels. Sure, they'll play dirty if they want to, but more often than not, they're not going to. They're going to beat you, let their wrestling skills do the talking. They're going to beat you clean as a sheet and rub it in your damn face.
Just wow.
I mean, out of all the guys in the UE, Cobb and TJP are the only two I've actually seen in action.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Owens, I'm actually subbed to his Twitch account, and I've never really met Fale in the flesh.
Is he a gamer pretty much?
Yeah, his Twitch channel is @CrownJewelBC.
That is cool. Wrestlers who are also gamers are my kind of people, and I like that. Because remember, gamers don't die. They respawn.
Yeah, I mean, I would know. I mean, there's the Chugs, Colt Cabana, Evil Uno, Chase, Drama King.
That's a lot.
Jessica Havoc.
Wow.
All of them on Twitch.
That is cool.
Anyway, if they're gonna build momentum for Forbidden Door, I'm gonna say Cobb and Okan regain the titles. But on the other hand, with the way the pendulum has been swinging towards Bullet Club, this could go either way.
I'm the same boat as well, because like I said, the pendulum can swing either way. It could depend.
I'm gonna flip it. Heads, UE, tails, Bullet Club.
Flip it.
Tails. I'll go Fale and Owens.
I go for Cobb and Okan.
Okay. Next up, let me double check what the card had on it. Let's see. Sixth match was. All right, here we go. AEW interim title eliminator qualifier match. One side, Chaos's Furious Samurai Hiroki Goto. On the other, the Ace of the Universe, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Winner faces Jon Moxley June 26th at Forbidden Door for the interim AEW title.
This should be good.
Yes, it is going to be good, but I think the outcome is too obvious for me.
Why is that?
13 times Goto and Tanahashi have faced each other. Goto has only won twice.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes third time, if he wins again.
Well, here's the thing. The only times Goto has beaten Tanahashi one-on-one have been in tournament situations. 2012 New Japan Cup Finals, 2020 G1 Climax. And even if Goto does win this match, he's got the nearly man stench. You know what his record is in world title matches?
What is his record?
Across all promotions, he's 0-10 in world title matches.
Oh my God.
8 failures to get the IWGP World Heavyweight title, 1 failure at the GHC Heavyweight title from Pro Wrestling Noah, and 1 failure at getting the Ring of Honor World title.
How do you have such bad luck? What the hell?
That's why, just basing on the history, the mathematics, and statistics alone, I'm going with the ace. Tanahashi takes the W. Oh, hi, Raph. He's a constant sub on my YouTube channel.
Understandable. Basically, looks like the cards are literally stacked against him.
Yeah, Goto doesn't have much of a shot.
He doesn't. My vote's on Tanahashi.
Yeah, but then we all know he's going to lose to Moxley anyway.
Yeah, I know. And
Which
it's just
means
going to feel too predictable.
Yeah, regardless of who wins, the conclusion in Chicago is 4-2 foregone.
Yep.
Next up is the KOPW 2022 Provisional Championship match. Shingo Takagi against Taiji. The KF Pro Wrestling Championship, it's a gimmick title, if you're wondering. And it's not really a championship belt, it's a trophy. Basically, you and your opponent get to choose the stipulations for a match of the show. And then the fans get to vote for it on Twitter. Whoever gets the votes, that gets that match. Taichi wanted 10-count limited finisher match where Taichi would use the Gato clutch, which is basically like a roll-up, and Shingo would use the Cobra roll, but Shingo wanted a 10-minute unlimited pinfall scramble match. By a 55 to 45% votage, Shingo's match won out. So we're getting that match.
Wow.
Match will be 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3, or more counts will add a cumulative total, and the most pin counts by the time's end wins. This is probably one of the most confusing KLPW matches I've ever come across. And I've seen some weird shit with this thing. I mean, blindfold match, amateur rules match, New Year's End party match where you basically had to, where you won by either pinfall, submission, or your opponent couldn't get back in the ring after getting drunk for 20 seconds.
Jesus.
2-minute intervals, you had to take a shot of sake and of whiskey.
That's never fun. I would rather see like an empty arena match or something.
There was even a dog cage death match between Yano and Suzuki earlier this year.
Japan has always been the ones that come up with craziness like this.
Tell me about it. I mean, Taichi won the trophy off Yano in essentially a sumo-inspired match. No ropes, throw your opponent out of the ring in April. But a few weeks later, Shingo beat him in a 30-count match where whoever scored pinfalls accumulated up to 30 won the trophy. This trophy is just so stupid. And the thing is, whoever's got the trophy at the end of the year is the KOPW champion, and they gotta do this all again next year.
Yeah, and it's gonna repeat. That's not gonna mean much. It just feels rather sus.
That's why I call this the gimmick championship. And the fact that it's a trophy and not a belt is even more annoying.
NJPW questions me sometimes. I question them.
True that. I mean, then again, I've been watching a bit of Noah recently.
Really?
Wrestle Universe.
Are they any better?
It depends. But then again, when you get a Wrestle Universe subscription, you're not just getting Noah, you're also getting Gambare Pro, DDT, which is a comedy promotion, and TJPW, or Tokyo Joshi Pro.
I see.
Anyway, who's your pick, Shingo or Taichi?
That's going to be tough. I'm just going to go with Takagi.
Yeah, I'll go Shingo as well. Ooh, Rizzo just missed a homer.
God damn it.
Okay. Next up, the Never Openweight Championship match. For the champion, Tama Tonga, the challenger, the machine gun, Carl Anderson.
Yep. At least Carl Anderson's doing so much better after leaving WWE.
The sad thing is, this is a battle between two of the core four of Bullet Club. One being thrown out, that's Tama, and the other one being brought back in by the so-called catalyst of pro wrestling, the Switchblade, Jay White.
Something's amiss.
Jay's nothing more than a power-hungry sociopath, but we'll get to him when we get to the main event.
I know.
Anyway, I find it sad that Tama basically got stabbed in the back by a man who took him under his wing, who, with Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor, who, with Bad Luck Fale in 2013, laid the foundations, were the pillars of one of the oldest and most successful heel factions across the board. Not since the NWO have we seen a heel faction with this kind of global influence.
Wow.
Tama is a very loyal individual, almost to a fault. You show him loyalty, he'll repay you back. Stab him in the back, he'll come after you.
Yep. All about a matter of trust.
My problem here is he's going in at a disadvantage because since 2018, that belt has bounced around like a hot potato.
It feels pointless. Because if it's going to be passing along like a hot potato, it loses all value and all meaning.
True. But if I had to pick somebody to win this, I'm going to go Anderson to win this one. Though I wouldn't be shocked if Tama retains.
Well, I'll vote for Tama Tonga as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he retained it.
Okay, next is the match Next is the semi-main. What was originally supposed to be a triple threat between Rockhard, Juice Robinson of Bullet Club, Will Ospreay of the United Empire, who leads it, and Sonata of Los Ingobernables de Japón, has instead been turned to a one-on-one between the latter two because Juice said no and got stripped when he said no because he's dealing with acute appendicitis.
And yeah, that stuff is not a joke. Sometimes health always does come first.
True. Oh, Giancarlo just sent one out.
What did he say?
No, I mean he sent a homer. It's 2-0.
Oh, yes, Juan Carlos Stanton. Oh, my God. The bane of all Yankees. Jesus Christ, Juan Carlos. You can't even do anything right, and you just got lucky.
No, he
with
just
that
got
homer.
it out. It's a homer.
Good. You got lucky, Juan Carlo. We're watching you. We Yanks fans know when failure comes about.
It's pronounced Giancarlo, not Juan Carlo.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway. Wait. Will has been in this storyline where he feels like he's been getting gypped left and right lately. New Japan Cup against Zack Sabre Jr. Red Shoes called the bell when he thought Ospreay tapped out. Windy City Riot against Moxley. His shoulder popped up after getting hit with the Paradigm Shift or the Death Rider, depending on what promotion you're in. But the refs still count 3. Capital Collision last month. Juice hit him with the Rock Slide. Oh, back-to-back labor.
That's something.
Anyway. But his foot was under the rope, and the ref didn't see it. And ironically, he's facing the guy for the title that he forced to vacate it when, during the tournament around prior, Ospreay ended up fracturing his eye socket in Sonata.
That's painful.
And then Ospreay was supposed to fight Tanahashi for it in Dontaku, but Will tested positive for COVID.
Oh, that sucks.
Then Tanahashi had to face Tomohiro Ishii instead. Tanahashi won it. Juice joined Bullet, revealed that he was a part of Bullet Club that same night. And of course, as I mentioned, 2 weeks later, he won the title in a fatal 4-way that involved Ospreay, Tana, and Moxley.
That's got to be something.
And Will thinks he's been getting screwed left and right by the refs, or by New Japan in general. This all somewhat stems back to last year when he was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, but he got stripped of it due to injuries.
That's gotta suck. Injuries always is the worst thing.
Yeah, but it got him so mad he actually skipped participating in the G1 Climax tournament last year.
Wow.
If Will is going to get any hope at redeeming himself, I think this is the match where he needs to do it. But on the other hand, if Juice is going to get a future title shot down the line, it's going to be beating either him or Sonata in the G1 and then getting that shot at a future event after the tournament. In either between September and November. My pick to win this one is going to be Sonata just to keep the face-heel dynamic intact.
That should work.
I mean, I love Will, and I'm glad he was vindicated after the whole speak out crap a few years ago.
I remember that. That was not pretty.
I mean, sure, some of the guys legitimately deserve getting scolded for that, but Will was not one of them, in my opinion. Know what I mean?
I get you. I know what you mean.
Finally, we get to our main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. On one side, the leader of Chaos, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. On the other side, the last rock and roller, the man who single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden in 2019, the first Grand Slam champion in New Japan history, the catalyst of professional wrestling,
Jay White.
the Switchblade, Jay White, who's also the leader of Bullet Club.
Figures. This ain't gonna be an easy prediction, I'll give you that.
Tell me about it. I mean, Okada facing White, a guy he's only 1-3 against, and the only one he does have was that G1 Supercard match a few years ago. If you recall it.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Twice he's been beaten by White dirty, and only once White beat him clean.
That's like 3 losses already. 3 losses, and yet he tries again.
And
the question is, will he succeed?
Again, the gold is on the line.
Yep, in a 60-minute time limit.
Last time they fought with the title on the line, White was the champion, Okada was the challenger, and the storyline proclaimed that Okada overcomes White. This time, the roles are reversed. I mean, facing Jay White for Okada is bad enough, but he's gonna have a Bullet Club entourage. It's basically him versus Styles and Dentaku in 2014 all over again. Borderline unfair.
It is.
And we all know how that ended. Yujiro Takahashi turning on Chaos, joining Bullet Club, and ultimately enabling Styles to win the title.
That was so long ago.
That it is.
If I were to make my prediction of who would win it, it would be Jay White. Because knowing him, he would probably have something that would guarantee his win.
With or without Gato in his corner.
Exactly.
I would agree with that, but I'm hoping that by some dumb luck, Okada retains, but I do agree with you. Breathe with the Switchblade. Jay White's walking in the challenger, but he's walking out of the Osaka-jo Hall and into the United Center as the 5th IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to say it. Because trust me, I do not like White with how he is. With how he portrays himself as such an egomaniac.
Yes, indeed.
But then again, it makes more sense if it's White against Page at the Forbidden Door.
Yeah, it would make a lot more sense if it was White versus Page. Then we would actually hopefully get a main event that would be worth something.
I mean, Page Okada would work, but the problem is it's face against face.
Yep.
I'm just hoping that with this loss, Okada doesn't go loopy like he did in 2018 after he lost to Kenny Omega.
Yeah, that was not a pretty one. He basically went ape shit.
Yeah, I basically call him out as being afraid for the first time in his damn life.
I know
it's no wonder Gato flew the coop. Gato and Jado flew the coop on him that year.
Agreed. So true.
It's going to be a tough night for both sides. It's going to be a tough night for everybody. Question is, how many are going to fill the Joe Hall? 2,000 to 5,000? Possible with the restrictions.
Yep.
Can you please recap your picks? I'm trying to fill in my predictions. Dave N. Okay, Dave, we picked United Empire in the opener, LIJ in the second one. We went Yano or Gallows in the third match. You went Yano, I went Gallows, right?
Correct.
Okay. Fourth match, we went House of Torture, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went Chase and Fale. You went Cobb and Okan with the heavyweight tag titles.
Indeed.
We both went Tanahashi over Goto. We then both went Shingo over Taiji. I went Anderson. You went Tama. Correct?
Correct.
We both went Sonata, and we both went Jay White.
Yep. Those are our predictions.
Okay. Did you get all that? Did you get all those, Dave?
Let's hope he does.
You're welcome. Y'all the best.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thanks for joining me, Jose.
It was a pleasure.
Well, folks, if you want for all the best in current era and throwback gaming, go to Jose's channel at MegamanNG. For my stuff, which is fast food connoisseuring, I stand with Vic Rants, wrestling predictions, and New York sports tirades. Go to my channel at Mets2128. Leave a comment, smash the like, sub to both our channels. Till then, we must bid you adieu. Till next time, goodbye and good night. Bang!
Indeed. That was a fun ride.